Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. And tonight, the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series heads to Talladega for the Traders Brewing Company 160. This is the last opportunity for these guys to qualify in for the chase-offs that start next week. Should be a fun one here tonight. I am your host, Michael Goodman. Along with me, Nathaniel Cherry, and of course, behind the scenes, working all the buttons and magic is Carlos Acosta. And Nathaniel, Talladega, last chance to get the chase-offs. That's always a recipe for some, there you see the points, always a recipe for some wild and crazy things to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, honestly, the point situation is pretty stable. There's only a couple drivers who could really find their way in through tonight. Like Tristan Millette or Ray Bracey, they could win a half or two, but then they would require someone like Caden Tufts or Kynan Jones to have a bad night and drop behind them in the points. What I'm really looking for is to see, there's a couple drivers in here who are not full-time and are just racing for fun. This is like their last chance really to just go around and not mess around the chase. I'll see how aggressive we get. Drivers like Seth Rawls, who's in the 65 tonight, Noah Brown, Daniel Gore, all of them. They're not really racing for anything, but Talladega's a great chance to maybe find themselves in victory lane. Yeah,
and even another curious name, I just seen it here on the entry list, Ethan Stanley. Normally a road course ringer, taking his turns on the super speedway here at Talladega in the number 77 Eisentech Ford, so that should be a fun name to watch there as well. There's a lot of guys going really for nothing. Yeah, the points, like you said, are pretty stable. I think they still have the incident counts, and I don't know how close it is for Neil Rutt. Is he even out here today?
Neil is here.
Well, he is here. He is here. I didn't see him in the teams. That's why I was confused. But, you know, it could be one where he might have to mind his P's and Q's tonight if he wants to stay in that position to get in on the least amount of incident points. I believe, is it an average? Is that how that goes, Vic? Is that correct?
Quick here? It's by least amount overall.
Overall, okay, it's a total.
And
so, and you're asking how close he is.
Yeah, how close is he? Yeah.
So he has 74 incident points. Matt Hackathorn has 75. Justin Dewar has 86. Ray Bracey has 87, and Alex Kenton has 90. There's a few drivers with 91, but I don't think that we're going to get enough incident points between for that to matter too much.
There's enough incident points, at least with some of those guys.
When you wreck in the wreck, you're going to get a 4X, and that's about it, because your race will be over.
That's true. Or what if you have a guy who's a little crazy on the bump draft?
Sure.
Which I look at. I look at Dusty with his bump drafting. That might be his Achilles heel tonight. Are we going to the?
We should do right now. We should make some picks.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I love it.
You want to lead us in here?
I sure can. All right, so here we are with our Binks Designs broadcaster picks. Binks Designs is a local New Jersey graphic design company that specializes in all of your custom apparel and tumbler needs. You can check out their website at binksdesigns.myshopify.com or at the link in the description of this live stream. Vic, do we have picks from Matt or Trevor, or is it up to me?
It is you. You are starting us off here, good sir.
All right, I'm going to take the 25 of Rocket Man Seth Rawls. Yeah. I hope he goes into the catch fence. Let's see what happens here tonight.
I love it.
So I just realized that I made a mistake. I forgot to ask the driver.
Oh, ¿por qué?
So we're just gonna pull one of them up when it's that time. Carlos, you're up.
Oh man, I gotta pick a safety bet, and taking a look at some of the averages, which I definitely have in front of my screen right now, and I'm not putting in a random guess. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the man who looks like a serial killer, but for legal reasons I have to say he is not, is going to get me a good finish. And let me tell you what, he definitely has that look tonight. It's giving me that type of vibes. I never pulled it up. There he is. Looks like he's about to stalk his prey. Gonna go with Mr. Peeler.
He's peeking through your windows.
Jeez Louise.
That is a pick. Good lord.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, you're talking about those averages. So, I think I'm going to go off kind of what those averages say too, Carlos. I'm going to go with 18 of James Watson. He always has stellar performances at this track here in OSCA. So, and then the drivers, you know, pull up.
Pick Zach Evans. He's in the middle of a pack qualifying. Perfect time.
Perfect.
We're gonna do this. So Adam Tepe, I realized I made a mistake here. I forgot to ask the drivers who the fuck they want. I'm sorry. Who the fuck?
Whoa!
Oh,
Here goes
the drivers pick.
there goes.
So
There goes our one F-bomb we're allowed.
I would expect that from me, but you?
Oh, okay. Look, I made a mistake. Okay, who should the driver
made
pick
two.
for half one? So stupid.
Who
You
should
can't-
be the driver pick?
Okay, so you can't pick the 25, 27, or 18, and you also can't pick anybody that they've already picked in half one. So good luck.
That means what?
Just tell me who you want for half one.
David.
You can't.
Okay. Let's see. Let's
Pick
go
Miller.
with Ty McIntosh. Has he been picked?
No, you can pick it.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
picking him.
there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sith Lord himself.
Hi,
Yeah, that's
Macintosh.
right.
Hi, Macintosh
No.
Sith Lord.
No.
Okay.
No more comments from
Goody.
you, Adam.
Jody, who do you want?
You know what? Averages be damned. I got a little wiggle room here to play with. I'm gonna go for someone I know who's gonna be aggressive tonight, who's gonna go for the win. I'm going the best a man can get. Give me Tristan Millette.
That's a good pick. It's a good pick.
That is a good pick.
His mentality tonight is go checkers or wreckers.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
not
That's what I'm
he's
going.
got the checkered flag.
Hey, that's the kind of man I want to pick. I'm all in.
I do apologize for the F-bomb, by the way. I just
Like, we're not even 7 minutes in. We're not going to get monetized
sorry. It's been a day, dude.
It's.
Stop it.
I'm sure it's probably not the last F-bomb. You know, I'm sure one of these drivers will hear.
Have we had any in interviews yet this year? I don't think so.
now. I'm not sure about interviews.
Not right second.
Well,
before
we
get
have...
to our... Oh,
Yeah, we have a video to play, but we'll play it afterwards because right now we do have some fancy smancy. Oops, it's already on. We got the starting grid, guys. We got to go ahead and call out the drivers. Here we go. Wow, total team domination for the pole.
Yeah, we got Daniel Gore and Noah Brown, kind of one-off starts here tonight. How about that? Leading the pack here. Ty McIntosh, Gilberto Javier Gomera, round out row number 2. Row number 3, Dave Carpenter and Rocket Man Seth Rawls. See if he can rocket his way up 6 more spots, or 5 more spots, math, to the lead. Jake Scarborough and Brent Jones in row number 4. Dylan Thomas and Richard Garcia in row number 5. Going back to row number 6, you got Ethan Stanley subbing in that number 77 Machine Ford. I was going to say, and Vincent Isabella. Don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, row number 7, Dustin Dewar and Ray Bracey. Look for those Fords to be aggressive, go to the front. Row number 8, Jordan Tarble and James Watson. I don't know if we're halfway through. I'm kicking it to you, Cherry.
all right, sounds good. 17, we have David Westergreen. 18, we have Zach Evans. I see a couple of drivers still have their throwback paint schemes on this graphic, but they look great.
Yeah, they're
19th, we have Adam Tepe.
Whoa.
20th, we have... Sorry. 20th, we have Adam Peeler. 21st, we have James Miller. 22nd, Thomas Capuano. And going a bit farther down, we are seeing Jess Story in 23rd alongside the best a man can get, Tristan Millette in 24th. 25th, we have Dakota Pinatero. I'm still wrong. I'll never get that name right. 26th, Matt Hackathorn. 27th, we have Neil Rutt, probably looking to play it safe tonight, as we were talking about the instant counter that he is currently trying to fight his way into the chase with. 28th, we had Caden Tufts. 29th, Kynan Jones. 30th, Alex Kenton. In 31st, we see Rashid Coles. 32nd, Austin Beers. And then rounding out the field tonight in the final row, we have Ryan Gavel, who is locked in, and Robert Hill Jr. I also forgot to mention Austin Beers is also locked in on points, so they have nothing really to worry about tonight. I know he's your driver, so maybe you want to see him race aggressively for a win, but if you could say anything to Neil right now, would you tell him just get the hell out of the pack and just don't grab an incident point and worry about next week?
Oh man, he's a real life race car driver. I don't think you can tell him that. I think you just you almost got to play that. You just let Jesus take the wheel and see what happens here. Maybe play it a little bit safer and try to lag on the back end of the pack and try to make your mark and kind of even like what Vic said, if last 5 laps you get in a wreck, you're only going to get a 4X, so you should be okay. So there could be a little strategy besides just kind of playing it a little bit too safe, and I'm sure just the driver's mentality, it's got to be hard to do to just kind of leg back the whole time. But we'll see. I'm sure it's gonna go probably totally opposite to what I say, or even some of these guys. It might be more chaotic than what we think. It should be it's dang it. It should be fun. I'm excited for some side-by-side racing. We've seen some great green flag action in these super speedways in OSCA Pass, and I'm thinking we're gonna see that again. Hopefully not. Vic, I don't know if you remember that one year when the whole field wrecked except for like 2 cars.
Was it Truck Series Season 2?
It might have been.
Is it the one where I flipped over because Gabriel Edwards decided that I didn't need to race anymore?
Were you racing in that race?
Yeah, I raced the entirety of Season 2, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
That's a good history lesson for...
Yeah, wow.
You wouldn't know it. The only time you saw me is when I was upside down. Okay, anyway, we're about to go green.
Yes,
that's a story for another day. And Daniel Gore, Noah Brown leading him to the green flag here in the Traders Brewing Company 160, 30 laps each half. Top 22 cars will invert. And one thing we did really not mention, they go about 23, 24 laps on a tank of fuel, so definitely will need a pit stop unless a bunch of cautions come out. You see Gore and Brown kind of blocking both lanes right now. Oh, is that Beers?
That's points leader Austin Beers.
We also just lost Westergreen back to the back. He hit the inside wall.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I'll look for that, guys.
Turn 2, he went off turn 2. He went all the way down.
You guys talk about what's going on with David Westergreen?
No.
14 in the wall.
Oh yeah, Alex Kenton has hit the wall as well. A couple of isolated single car incidents farther back in the pack.
What's going on with Westergreen?
He was racing at a sim racing center.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's
his
right.
His computer is getting fixed at Best Buy, and they're taking a lot longer than they said they were going to.
Well, why'd he go to Best Buy for? That's on him.
Yeah, don't go to Best Buy. So he's racing at a sim racing center, and he's probably getting mocked currently after hitting
until right now, I did not know a sim racing center existed.
There's one in the mall where I live. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, it's literally just iRacing, but
he lives near Chicago, so are you really that surprised?
No, not necessarily. I mean,
I don't know if there's any in Miami.
There's gonna be some Google searches.
Anyway, they let him rent a sim rig for the night. So.
Oh, cool. That's kind of neat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
I have a replay.
You have a replay of
let's see what happened. I bet you there's probably like a little kid there in the sim racing center, and
oh, it looks like he's just not used to the rig's motion feedback. That's what it looked like there. I think he
rookie mistake.
The car got a bit happy off the corner, and he overcorrected.
If you haven't been driving with the motion rig, you definitely don't want to do that, and for one race with limited practice.
Is that what he's on? I wonder. Huh.
I have no idea about it, but
yeah, maybe to ask him at some later time. But right now, we still have Warren Brown charge.
Replay of Kenton.
Loosey goosey.
Goosey, and good job staying out of the pack, causing a bigger wreck. But I'm sure he's not quite happy with the result.
By the way, I should say Western Green did get a meatball flag. You have to go down pit road for that. He already has it cleared.
So
Man, oh
he has
man.
rented a sim rig to sit in pit lane.
Yeah, that's rough.
He's got a second half.
That's
He
true.
does.
Right now we have 3 lanes, by the way.
I was
Isabella is charging that top line with Dustin Dewar right now. They're making good progress.
And there was a little talk between these two drivers before the race. I don't know if that's what they had planned. Ooh, Brown going up top trying to block that run. And that opens the door in the middle for Gilberto. That, yeah, did not pay off. That top line it had the momentum for a little bit there with only about 4 cars. Now it kind of broke up here a little bit.
Kind of evaporated with that block.
For you, circling Carlos.
The back of his car says "Bump me harder," in all capitals, baby.
Baby, I love it. I love it.
He's
Browns.
on Noah Browns.
I wonder if it's also on Daniel Goris, because I think they have the exact same thing.
You know, that's a guy who's ready to do some.
He's ready to receive.
He's ready.
The top line right now is literally just him and Richard Garcia, and they are once again making a charge back up towards the front.
Yeah, you wonder if they add maybe a car or two, they could really make a splash. And they're holding their own. Heck, you're right. They're going right up to the front, getting alongside with Seth Rawls, who's the second car in line in the middle lane, pushing his teammate, or kind of teammate.
I don't know what they are. Apparently, they're also aligned with Noah Brown and Daniel Gore as well. So I think Shift by proxy has like 7 cars in this race. It's back to the good old days.
Yeah, why not?
I'm sure the rest of the field isn't a fan of that, but
yeah, I'm sure half the field's doing pretty much the same thing. Especially when you get to super speedway, a lot of teams kind of merge together and share information of when to pit, stuff like that. Which it's always hard when you're running 3 wide like they are right now.
About to say, I mean, some people that like to talk about it don't have much room to talk about it, considering they have teammates that aren't on their team anymore.
That's true.
So, I mean, if you know, you know.
you know.
Oh, we know, but we're not going to get into that anyways. Gilberto actually led that lap there on the inside, on the middle lane. He just dived down to the inside.
Mama, are you proud? Your car is up front. It's leading. That 99, the emotional support pick of Gilberto Javier Gomera, takes the lead. He goes on the inside. That's going to open the door to see if Seth Rawls in that middle lane can make a surge just like he did. But old Daniel Gore is right on the back bumper of that 99 machine right now.
And Gilberto is one of those drivers that could theoretically still point his way in, but he would have to win both halves, I'm pretty sure. So him right now leading, this is important. He has to front run. He can't risk sitting at the back and then there maybe being a mix-up on a green flag pit stop and losing the lead back. So he needs to be doing this right now, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, gotta be super aggressive. Hearing that Vincent Isabella up in that top line, we'll see if that third lane loses momentum. Vincent getting hot, had to back off a little bit off of Richard Garcia. As you see that third lane losing a little bit of momentum. And that's just kind of fun here at Talladega versus Daytona. It's a little easier to maintain this 3-wide racing and just to see these lines just kind of develop and seesaw back and forth. And how, we're about 7 laps in and still 3 wide and knock on wood, we're clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive to see this much 3-wide racing this early. I think it is a bit too early, but like you said, the track does allow enough space for it. And I mean, the race is only 30 laps, so you don't have much time to really find your spot where you want to be. If this was Daytona 500, for example, even though I know that we're at Talladega, with 30 laps to go, that's when they're going to start making their moves. So really, it is just like a sprint to the end when it comes to a plate track.
The other thing is, too, because we are, like you said, in a sprint, but also we have to make a pit stop here. And I believe that window might be just opening right about now. Do you come in? Do you want to be the first car coming in, or do you want to try to stretch it out and see if there's a caution?
I've always been of the belief that when it comes to plate track, you want to be one of the last people to pit if it's like a big pack like this, because that means that you have that full speed for as long as you can before having to work up all the momentum again. Because when you're working up that momentum, I'd rather have people catching you and helping you than them being far ahead. However, I've only ever won one plate track race in this league, so maybe I shouldn't talk. But usually I stay out as late as I possibly can with my team.
See, I always heard the opposite. I don't know either way because I have never won a plate track, but I've heard people say you want to be the last one to pit or the first one to pit, so you take less fuel and spend the short amount of time on pit road, which I could see realistically. It's just kind of a matter of what you're more comfortable with, because I could see either strategy really working.
It really comes down to just how efficient you are on getting on and off of pit road.
On and off, and who's coming in with you? How much help do you have?
Exactly.
And I'm sure again, like with the teams working together, they're already kind of plotting when they're going to come down pit road. Right now, Ty McIntosh, old potty mouth Sith Lord, to the lead.
Got Rocket Man on the outside.
Rocket Man still hanging on, trying to sniff his way to the front. This is his first start of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is.
How about that? And I'm here for it. I love it. I'm glad some guys ran the throwback schemes here again the second week, since I was supposed to be here last week and missed it. So I get to see some of these pretty cool looking cars out here tonight.
Cedar Field lapping. Lester Graney's back out on the track right now. 5 laps down he will be now, so he's kind of just running laps for fun. But
get the feel if he's in that motion rig, or just even that rig in general's got to feel different, even if it's not a motion rig, just to get a feel for it in these last 20 laps or so.
Exactly.
Because if he gets a feel for it, he'll be a guy contending for a win in half number 2.
And it looks like they finally made that third line work. Vincent Isabella, I believe, is going to lead this lap here. Christian Garcia also found his way to the front through that line.
Yeah, wow. That's only like 3 cars with Dewar, Isabella, and I think Dewar's hot, so he had to back out. And then James Miller, 17.
Oh!
Oh, almost contact. That was Brian Gable and let's see who the other car was.
But Tim Conrad?
Pignataro.
Conrad's out here tonight.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Pignataro? Is that what
That's correct. Yeah. That was netcode contact too.
Dakota Pignataro?
So here's the $1 million question. What is old White Gloves watching on the TV back there tonight?
There is hockey on tonight. Carolina is currently playing the Rangers. They were down 3-0. Oh, let's not talk about that right now. Tyler McIntosh is in the wall.
And he's going to drop all the way back out of the top 20 after scraping the wall. Oh, someone's on the Gilberto, I believe, on the apron.
He looks like he saves it. He saves it.
Oh,
wow.
And he almost lost it. He saved it again. I think they were 4 wide, according to McIntosh. Wow. And some drivers. How about this Ray Bracey and Tristan Millette to the front of the field? Where did Tristan and Bracey come from? Because I didn't really see them in the top 10 really until just now.
They've been slowly working their way up.
Those are 2 drivers that are trying to point their way in tonight.
So they're guys who also have to be aggressive, but on that top side, in that third lane, Noah Brown and what's the other name? Daniel Gore. Sorry, you guys. So yeah, the 4 wide. I think it's gonna be contact between Vincent Isabella, Ty McIntosh. Just a little. Oh,
he had some help, I think, going up towards him there.
Yep. Kind of darted up the track and it looks like both guys are okay. I believe McIntosh might have lost the draft there a little bit, trying to catch back up with the pack.
Okay, and what happened here?
Yeah, that was the other part, because this is well after the contact with Isabella and McIntosh.
Miller, I think Miller came down a little bit.
Gilberto came up just a scotch, and we contact. He's good here, and also he loses it again. Oh, trying to get back up on the banking. This was the save.
It's just a switch from the flat to the little bit of a banking there on the apron that picked out that rear right tire, and he was able to do a little drifting and keep it together. Lives to fight another day.
I believe still in the pack, and he's dropped back considerably. Well, he's with Ty McIntosh back in the 24th and 25th positions. As Bracey still holds on to that lead, but Middle lane led by Dustin Dewar, and the top lane still with Noah Brown, Daniel Gore, but they're falling back a little bit, trying to get a couple more cars working in that top lane to see if they can get momentum to charge for the lead. Here comes James Miller with a good push from Tristan. That middle line gets going, they work their way up to the front.
We have a rare helmet cam.
VR? Wow. It's like the old Michael Waltrip stuff back in the day. It's kind of cool. Is he running VR? I can't.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. James Miller leading the charge. Ray Bracey right on the inside. Ray Bracey taking the lead over now. Just the ebbs and flows of the race. And now down to 15 laps to go. We're about halfway through. I gotta think at any moment now we can start seeing that strategy playing out of some of these guys deciding to come down pit road. It seems like some of these guys are gonna stretch it out here a little bit as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't seen any takers yet, especially with how chaotic this top pack has been. There's been lots of almost cautions. I would be thinking maybe a couple drivers a little bit further back just say, let's get the heck out of here. Let's get our pit stop in now. And then maybe we can avoid whatever wreck is eventually likely going to happen here.
Yeah, get out of the wreck, and then if you manage not to lose a lap, by the time the caution comes out, be up front with under 10 laps to go. Let's see if anyone starts taking here, but still three wide up front.
There it is. There's the wreck.
Oh man!
Oh man!
Oh boy! Caution's out.
Is that Neil? No, that's not Neil, is it?
Hayden's in it, I think that is.
Okay.
That's Caden Tubbs, the car we're currently looking at, but yeah,
Okay.
big wreck.
Okay.
Started with a 35. It looked like.
Yeah, 35 was involved. Pignataro was the one I believe that was flipping when we first saw that start to unfold. We'll have to unpack it with the 3Y TV replay here.
I'm not sure if Ty
That's
got
weird.
hooked him there.
Yeah.
It looked really weird for him to get loose like that.
Was it possibly netcode there? It just went around really quick. Even though those bumpers were off centered, even if they did make contact, that was. Oh yeah.
That's just that's a weird bump.
Weird
Like a bump angle, I should say. Like no matter what, that would have caused that.
Was it
Who
Tempe
was
that
that?
got lucky to go through? I think that was the 96 of Tempe. Just that quick. And he tries to save it, goes straight up the racetrack. Oh, is that Capuano that got some damage there as well, I believe. And the 35, I believe, is done for the half here.
Yeah, that was a heavy wreck.
You know what? Well, strategy be damned now. They're all probably going to come out pit road and...
we'll do this again for 10 laps.
Yeah. Be a 10-lap shootout. We'll see that aggressiveness really ramp up here, I'm sure, as James Miller leads him down pit road. I'm assuming it's just going to be a little bit of a splash and go, just enough to get him to the end.
Something to note, I've seen a lot of drivers have to back up. Like I see Bracey had to back up, Tristan Millette had to back up. A lot of people overshooting their stall.
Trying to be aggressive, getting in and off pit road. And again, Daniel Gore has that first pit stall. Richard Garcia running. He's out. I think Gore and then Brown, Bracey, Dewar, Tristan, even though he had a backup. Jake Scarborough, Vincent Isabella, Matt Hackathorn, and Brent Jones will round out your top 10 out of pit road. So kind of shaking up there a little bit with these pit stops.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but there's enough laps that anybody who can work the draft is going to get back up front here.
All right, gentlemen. There is something we forgot to do.
Uh-oh.
And that's a little thank you to the wonderful series sponsors at Weekend Woodsmen. So we're going to take a small little break as we thank them by playing the video clip that they have sent us. We'll be right back.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
We're back.
And we are back. We'd like to give a shout out to Weekend Woodsman and OSCA Daddy Tim Conrad. Hopefully he's enjoying the World of Outlaws. Not quite sure where he's at, but no, there's a World of Outlaws.
Raceway 7 in Canute, Ohio.
Oh. Anytime you get a chance to go see the World of Outlaws is a good time. We do have Thomas Capuano out of the infield care center. We can bring him up quick here. Thomas, looked like you had nowhere to go in that wreck. What was your kind of bird's eye view of that wreck?
I don't know, man. I saw Dakota wrecking, and you know, I saw him spinning to the inside, and I thought I was, you know, in a decent spot, so I kept my foot in it. And I don't know. He just he let off the gas and came right up the track, and pretty much murdered me.
Yeah, your car's looked like it was smoking. It's looks like you're done here in half number 1, but half number 2 is another tale for another, well, today, not another day, another half, I guess. What's kind of your mission in half number 2 now?
Well, I was trying to lay back in the back and just, you know, be there at the end for this one, but it seems that strategy didn't work. So I think in the next race we're gonna be going balls to the wall, trying to get this tribute car for Glenn Dixon up front, get some TV time, because, you know, the last 2 races I ran with it haven't had good luck with it. So we're gonna, you know, do as Glenn would and just go for it. So yeah, that's gonna be my strategy in the second half.
Hell yeah, pedal the metal, take what's yours, baby.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, just the memory of Glenn Dixon. We lost him a couple weeks back, and we're doing a little get-together for him at Riverhead after the tour race behind the 7NY hauler after the Riverhead Wheel and Tour race. So if anybody's around, stick around after the races and come have a Bud Heavy with us in the memory of Glenn Dixon. So we miss you, Glenn, and we're going to try to get it done in the second half for him.
Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully you can do that, and hopefully we'll be talking to Victory Lane shortly.
Hopefully.
Heck yeah. That was Thomas Capuano getting wrecked out, and Nathaniel, these boys better pull those belts tight one more time. They're coming out of 4. We're getting ready to go green flag racing.
Yeah, just one more comment on the Thomas Capuano situation. In regards to the chase-offs, he's one of those drivers currently that is in right now on wins, like the highest driver in the points with wins. So that loss, that wreck could hurt him a lot. He needs to make sure he has a solid second half here, because if we have a new winner, that could throw a bit of a wrench into things as regards to the chase-off standings. But we are about to get going green here with 10 to go. It's Richard Garcia and Daniel Gore on your front row.
And they get to the Geico restart zone. They're on the loud pedal. Garcia on that inside line gets a good start. But also, man, on the outside, Daniel Gore right alongside there, beating and banging, going down into turn number 1. Let's see how quickly it fans out to go 3 wide. It doesn't take long.
Oh, no.
It doesn't take long. They're aggressive. They're bumping. No one's giving each other room, but somehow they make it work. Oh, man, if that was at full speed, I think that would have been a wreck there. Dewar being aggressive on no ground. Wow. And I've never seen that where, at least at some point, no one gave in on that one. That was just somehow settled. That was wild. And that started the 3 wide racing right away as Dewar now takes the lead. 10 laps to go. He's got a push from Jake Scarborough. But now those on that top side, I see that Brown and Gore teaming up. They're linking up, see if they can get a couple of guys behind them. They might be kind of up there prowling right now.
We're having issues. We're having issues. Dusty,
like
Dragon Dewar has disappeared.
Oh, disappeared while in the lead.
It says Klein has manually disconnected. So he alt F4?
Why would he? He was in the lead.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
I have a feeling something happened in real life. Maybe a pet.
No, actually, he had the.
Oh, no!
Oh, there goes a leader!
That's
Garcia.
not going to bring out a yellow unless he slides up. He is. He's going to slide up here.
Oh, he's got the wheels locked up. And he's off track.
Yeah.
Caution's out, though.
Yep. Caution's out. With that
and
save.
we also have Hackathorn, I think that is back there. That's
Hackathorn sideways as the caution is already out.
That's odd.
And there's a lot to unpack here, boys.
First of all, what happened with Dustin is the main question we have on our minds.
I'm thinking it might be computer issues for Dustin. Let's see what Garcia might have been in bump draft gone wrong here, and did a really good job trying to just keep it locked down on the infield, but just too much momentum.
Is there no good camera angle for this?
He looks like he backed into the wall pretty hard in that 57 machine.
That was a hard hit.
Too aggressive of a bump draft on his corner panel there. And he was a passenger from that point on.
It kind of looks like maybe a bad block, honestly.
Yeah, I think he went from that middle lane, top lane, trying to block that momentum, and just got there maybe a little too late. Not centered up on for that bump draft. Yep. Maybe overshot a little bit.
The rest of the field is very fortunate that he was able to get spun around in front of Tristan Millette, because if Tristan wasn't at that, the entire field was probably going to be involved.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of
wanted the
Millette
value there for Tristan. That had to be wild. Oh man,
Just barely.
and he couldn't even really back off for that too.
Oh, there, look right there.
Yeah, what? Was
He
trying
backed
to
off
check it
and
out
went
for-
into the apron. Yeah.
I think he might have been anticipating the caution before it came out, and then others weren't, so he kind of got some help.
Got a little help, and man, oh man, two players that were in contention for a win with under 10 laps to go. Richard Garcia, Dustin Dewar having, I guess, two totally separate issues, but two grave ones for both of them nonetheless.
All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, that's some bad net code.
Was it netcode or was it?
Yeah, the car shifted.
Was it? Did it shift? Because I was wondering if it was the same thing that we've seen from Westergreen and Kenton, just that car just randomly getting loose.
Oh, no, you're right. Oh. Yeah, the car just did randomly get loose.
It's just weird. And I know for some reason in the draft, these Xfinity cars like to do that. And it seems like there's no rhyme or reason, at least that I could figure out why they do that. Some of these guys are getting surprised by it as well. Whew, well, Nathaniel, we get to re-rack them up here with, should be probably around like 5 laps to go if I'm doing math correctly. Now it's go time. I think no one's going to lift until they see that checker flag.
No lift until they see God or the flag. That's,
yeah, that's coming back. It's a thing now. Oh man.
Well, now we have Jake Scarborough leading this race, and he did just ask race control if he's allowed to have lane choice, which I guess it just shows how little time up front he spent this season. But he does have lane choice, and I bet you he's going to take that outside because he has Noah Brown, who we are suspecting are affiliated with Shift tonight. So he'll have that to help him out, and he would also have Daniel Gore and Gilberto Javier Gamera lined up with him there. So you have 4 cars kind of in an alliance on the outside potentially for this restart.
Will that kind of keep the 3-wide action at bay, or are we kind of maybe looking at behind the 99 all the way back in 8th position? Maybe Ray Bracey, or well, Ryan Gavel's back there too. Gable in 10th, so there'll be 5 cars.
Five cars, yes. I didn't even think about that.
So it might be outside the top 10 to make that move. Maybe Ethan Stanley.
I'm not so sure that someone like Vincent Isabella wouldn't force his way into the middle to make a move, though.
Yeah, or do the Dustin Dewar move up that we seen on that last restart. Something pretty aggressive. I know that 8-car Vincent Isabella is he's not shy about being aggressive here. So it's going to be interesting to see how quick they go 3-wide. If it'll be quicker than that last restart. But with that 5-car tandem potentially being working together on that outside, that could bode well definitely for Jake Scarborough.
Also, Jake Scarborough is somebody who 2 wins won't even help him, so he's just kind of racing for fun right now. But farther back, we've mentioned Gilberto, how he needed to win both halves essentially to make it in. Had that scare of that spin, but he is now back in that top 10. Tristan Millette, another driver who can point his way in still. Needs a couple of good finishes here, and right now he's set up to do that extremely well. There's still a lot to be settled here in the end of this race.
Yeah, a lot of guys can be aggressive. We got to wonder too if I'm sure those boys at Shift Esports know exactly what the best scenario is for all their, or as many drivers as possible to get into the chase-offs. And see if
I'm
they'll
also
get
sure Shift Esports is aware of the penalties for race manipulation, so.
well, well, yeah, well, we won't dive into that again, but not race manipulation per se, but maybe help draft, try to get that 99 car up front somehow, some way, especially when you have Gavel. Maybe that's where they go 3 wide.
That's right. And Vic has shortened the caution by 1 lap, so we are going green.
Gonna go green. Jake Scarborough on the outside is your leader. Tristan Millette in second. Noah Brown, Vincent Isabella in row number 2. Daniel Gore, Jess Story. Haven't mentioned his name a whole lot here tonight. And rounding out row number 3. Gilberto Javier Gomera, Dave Carpenter, row number 4, and row number 5. I think it was Ryan Gable and Ray Bracey. Actually, Bracey is 9th and Gable in 10th. So we're almost to the Geico restart zone. See how well that outside line should get a good jump here. We're on the loud pedal. We're going green flag racing. 5 laps to go when they cross the line. Jake Scarborough gets a good jump on the field. He can pick his lane if need be.
Almost got too good of a jump though. That inside's gonna come here.
And right back from right behind that tandem, we've seen Ethan Stanley trying to take a peek on the outside. I don't think he has enough players to help him out quite yet. Oh hell, Gable's going. Gilberto, he needs that win. He's going to the outside.
Got a couple of blocks to take advantage of that momentum here. Jake is back side by side with Tristan Millette as we go into turn 3.
Tristan trying to edge it out, going into 3. That top lane slowly but surely getting up there. We'll see if one of those cars in that middle lane tries to block. And they do. I think that's Daniel Gore. Oh, Story almost loses her. Hangs on. We stay green flag racing, coming down to 4 laps to go.
Have Tarble, I believe that is going sliding through the infield at the moment.
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh man, he's going mud, and we keep on rolling. And now with Daniel Gore leading that outside line, trying to get alongside Seth Rawls. Jake Scarborough clears Tristan Millette. He's on the inside line in with the lead. Going down the backstretch, that middle lane's seeming pretty dominant, getting a good push. Seth Rawls giving Noah Brown a push into 3. He's going to take the lead. That outside line trying to charge through here a little bit as well. This is a dogfight with those 3 lines. Do I dare say anyone try to make it 4? I'm looking at that 8 car, Vincent Isabella.
I bet you it will happen probably in the last lap, and it will be a shortened last lap, for lack of a less other words.
You're probably right. How about Austin Beers, our points leader? He's right behind Seth Rawls in that middle row. Where did he come from? Oh, but he makes a kiss there with Vincent Isabella. They keep on rolling.
Guess that's the beauty of having nothing really to lose. Oh, we might have a wreck in the back here. Are they going to save it?
Oh, Tepe! Hang on there, buddy. Oh, he almost did the same thing Gilberto did, just on that banking transition there, right below the yellow line. We stay green, coming into turns 3 and 4 with 3 laps to go. No one really seems to get a run on that inside lane of Jake Scarborough. Here comes Tristan Millette, as I say that, through the middle lane, getting a good push from Noah Brown.
But once again, stalls out pretty much once he gets side by side with Jake.
But he must have something, a deflector on there, a bug deflector. He's kicking them all back, but Tristan Millette takes a little bit of a peek at the lead going into 1. But that inside lane is so strong right now. I actually rarely do see the bottom lane be that dominant. Usually those outside line guys get a run and then they'll tuck down on the inside. But right now, Jake Scarborough looking good.
I guess it comes down to your pushers. He does have Vince Isabella and Jess Story, who are aggressive pushers when it comes to plate racing, and that seems to be working right now. But now, the top 3 lanes are all pretty much side by side by side. It's, there's not much really to tell between the 3 of them.
Yeah, you could throw a blanket over the top 20 right now. It is wild. How about Garcia? I mean, he's on that top line. He's all the way back into an 18th right now, but man, we've seen him back into the wall hard and running with this lead pack. And
last lap,
hey, you never know. Last lap, but he could definitely squeak away with a really good finish here in half number 1. And who knows? It's probably not even unheard of to see if he gets a win. But this is going to be a drag race down the backstretch. It's going to be Daniel Gore, Tristan Millette, and Jake Scarborough trying to jockey for position. This is almost like the Kentucky Derby a few weeks ago. Who's going to get it at the line? We might have a three-way photo finish.
Yeah, Vic, is it too soon to ask about the closest finish in OSCA history here?
Yeah, we might just be able to see it. But coming out of turn 4 for the final time, these guys bumping aggressively.
Oh, and there's the wreck.
Good.
That's everyone.
Jake Scarborough's the only one with help. They're bumping and banging.
Who's it gonna be? Jake's backwards
Oh,
across the line.
Oh, wow! Mr. Gore!
Gore!
How about
Gore
it?
wins.
I think he only finished on his 2 rear wheels. He did a bunny hop across the line. Him and Tristan Millette were beating and banging. How about that for your OSCA debut? He might barely be able to do a burnout. Oh, Jake Scarborough finishing 4th. He's on the inside wall. What a finish there, Nathaniel.
So much to unpack here. We had the
man.
crazy wreck in the middle of the pack there. Looks like it was a bump gone wrong, and then somehow we had 4 make it out of here, and there was no rules after that.
Oh, and just that little hit from Gord knocks Tristan into Jake Scarborough. And how
It cut off.
And it cut off, and I believe that's almost how he crossed the line.
Yeah.
You've just seen him get on the 2 rear wheels. That was a finish. How about that? Whew. We get to re-rack it and do it again here. This is
0.006.
That,
Or
that has to be-
0.006, yeah.
That has to be at least
Not close.
It has to be in the podium though, doesn't it? Closest finishes. What is the closest?
It is
if you-
second closest. Second is
second.
0.002.
Wow.
Wow.
Where was that at?
Here.
Oh, well, why?
When was it?
I don't know, Cherry. When did you win your race?
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah.
Against
Heck
Robert? Oh, that would have been 2022
Oh, that-
A?
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Canucks.
That's right.
I forgot about that one.
Well, we have our final results here, so let's go ahead and look at them. As we mentioned, Daniel Gore coming through with a crazy finish. I don't even know how to describe that. Tristan Millette, Miss Isabella, Jake Scarborough were the other competitors in that close finish. Rounding out your top 5 is James Miller, and then further down your top 10 you have Richard Garcia, Adam Peeler, Caden Tufts, James Watson, and your boy Neil Rutt. I don't know if he got through that cleanly, but at least he gets a good points finish.
Yeah, that's definitely. It could have been very well lagging behind there. A lot of the guys that were contenders on that last lap definitely got hurt there. Ryan Gable, I think, all the way back into the 23rd position, just outside that transfer spot. And Seth Rawls, we've seen him right up in that lead pack, finishing 22nd. He'll start on the pole for half number 2, so it's going to be a lot of movers and shakers here again, I think, in half number 2. And some of the guys that had some bad luck, like Dustin Dewar with that internet connection. David Westergreen could be a guy that see if he got that feel for that sim rig at that sim racing center.
I'll see if
I
he
want to
can
see that
bounce
9 car
back.
back up front. Yeah. Whew, well, Vic, is it time for picks for half number 2?
I have no idea right now.
We have.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot.
we
I
still-
don't.
Let me grab the results, and I'll tell you who picks first.
Copy.
Well, while we are doing that, we can give a little plug to Binks Designs for the broadcaster picks. Binks Design is a local New Jersey graphic design company that specializes in all of your custom apparel and Tumblr needs. You can check out their website once again at binksdesigns.myshopify.com or at the link in the description of this live stream here. Just finishing out looking at the results here. Just down at the bottom you have Capuano, Dakota Pinatero, Alex Kenton, Westergreen, Dewar, all those guys finishing a lap down, and I think Vic is ready.
I am ready. Thank you. Yeah. So, I don't want to pick on you.
It's me, right?
It is you.
Yeah, because Rocket Man decided that he had too clean of a race right through the trial there. So you know what? I'm doubling down. Seth Rawls. Why not?
That's a pick. I don't know how I feel about that. But that is certainly a pick. So up next is the drivers, and for this one, let's grab. Who should we grab for this pick? Maybe we'll just grab the same guy. I'm gonna grab this.
Yeah. Why not?
Hopefully he's not talking to anybody. So Tepe, I need you to pick for half two for the drivers as well.
Let's see. The problem is I have no idea who the drivers haven't
I'll
taken.
let you know. You pick somebody.
All right,
I'll let you know.
You did pretty good last time. You only the second guy.
Did I? All right.
Yeah. Well, not, I mean, not itself. That you.
I mean, you 13th. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Peeler.
Oh, yeah, you can go Peeler.
All right, we're going Peeler. Peeler is going to drive through the last lap rack and get 6th place.
I mean, if
Yeah, that's why I picked him half one.
Right. Better luck in half two.
Yeah, did you like that? I had so much fun.
So fun. Okay. That's all our conversations, in case you're ever curious.
Yeah.
So up next is me. You know, I had an idea of who I wanted to pick. And I think I'm going to double down. I'm going to do something I haven't done all season. I'm going to double down on James Watson.
Ooh.
Carlos, who you got for half two?
Oh man. Well, I guess that's a better finish than I have had the last couple times, but I have a feeling that the Sith Lord himself, number 95 machine, is going to get a good, strong half number 2.
So that's a solid pick. So you know what that means, Goody.
Guys,
Yeah.
It's your turn.
what?
What is happening? Is that Bracy?
This happened last week as well.
Interesting.
It's gonna take him a lot longer to do it here at Dega than it did at Stafford, though.
Oh yeah, be quite a bit longer.
Goody, who you got?
But you know, I since I had a good finish there, I got the points lead, playing with a little bit of house money. I'm gonna go with Mr. Sim Rig himself. I'm gonna go with David Westergreen.
That's a solid pick. That could work out for you.
I'm hoping so. Don't let me down, Westergreen. Don't let me down. So half number 2, and a lot of guys like you know, again, like Westergreen, like Dewar, even Robert Hill. You know, he contended that he was part of the second or closest finish, I should say, in OSCA history, all the way back. You know, back around the 30th mark. They're going to try to charge their way up towards the front, and even guys like Gilberto, who ran well, Noah Brown, who was almost right there with his teammate battling for a win. They're going to try to look to go to the front. And a lot of these guys now, I think, probably know to some degree what their chase-off stance is. I think this is where, for a lot of these guys, the leash is going to be let off. And you know, fortunate enough for Vic, this is where maybe chaos will prevail. What do you think, Nathaniel?
I think it's going to be let boys have at it, because even for the guys who their chase-off situation is not fully known yet, they can't really play it safe. They have to try and finish as high up as they can.
Charge hard. You can't rely on that last lap wreck, so maybe wreck out before that even happens, as we are looking through the running order here. The starting order, again, the top 22 cars have inverted. So right about here, right in the next row, I think is where they're about this is where the halfway point, Hackathorn and Thomas. I want to give a shout out to Hackathorn. Saw that he got that win in half number 2 last week at Stafford. Good job for him. Neil Rutt. I'm still curious to see if he got that any incident points in that last lap wreck, or if he was dodging and weaving to see if he can get that final spot in the chase house for incident points. Now, I'm curious too. How does the driver vote? Is that voted amongst drivers? Is that like an open vote?
Vic, get up here and do y'all thing.
I think it's going on Twitter, right?
It's a full-on Twitter public vote.
I believe so.
He might be busy with the pre-race ceremonies here.
I think he's taking a breath, getting ready
for the chaos to get unfold.
the next last lap wreck.
We've just seen him on the screen here. I'm going to give a shout out to that 51 car, Brent Jones. Look for him. I was almost going to pick him. He's usually a guy that's around at the end for some of these races. I'm looking for Brent Jones to have a good, solid half number 2.
Let's see here. We're getting towards the end here. Robert Hill, and then all these other guys finish multiple laps down. So Westergreen and hit that sim rig, and Alex Kenton, who hit the wall early on.
Yeah, I think both lap 1. And then
Yes,
Thomas
that's right.
Capuano, and Pignataro that got in that first caution of the night, looking to rebound their nights. Look for a lot of these guys in the back to go to the front, and a lot of these guys up front not to want them to go to the front.
Carlos, do we have time to do the Weekend Woodsman thing, or should we wait for a yellow?
I don't know if Vic can add. I can extend it a little bit. Again, I dropped the ball. I forgot about it again. So we'll wait for a yellow. Sorry, Tim. Tim, that's on me. If you need to fight me, we can talk about it.
He might be willing to fight. I'm sure he's about like a couple cases in. Some Bush lattes there, whatever.
Listen,
drink of choice.
I'm gonna give it my honest attempt, but I'm gonna lose.
Hey, as long as you try, that's all we can ask for.
Sweep the feet, Carlos. Sweep the feet.
Sweep.
Yep.
Sweep the
The
leg.
bigger they are, the harder they fall. We're gonna lead him to the green flag here on the Traders Brewing Company, half number 2. Rocket Man Seth Rawls leads him to the green flag, and it is out. 30 more laps of racing action here at Talladega. Side by side with Dave Carpenter going into one. A little bit of advantage right now for Seth Rawls, but looks like that outside line developing here a little bit as they're side by side in the middle of 1 and 2. What's going on with Tepe's scheme here? The second car on the inside.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Kind of looks like Two-Face from like the 90s.
Yeah, this is would not be a real life NASCAR scheme. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think Terry Labonte got an axe for having a similar half and half.
That's because he has 2 wins, and those are the 2 schemes that he won.
Oh,
that's cute.
Okay.
Aw.
That's cute.
What's not cute right now is Dave Carpenter in the middle lane, kind of get left out to dry. Oh, but he's aggressive. Kicks Jeff Storey to the outside. He'll have a little bit of help. Oh, and we have a caution. Uh-oh.
What's the caution for?
I think
Capuano.
Dakota. Oh,
Thomas
no.
Capuano is going to have another quick end to a race possibly here.
Rolling. I don't know. Look at the 3-wide TV replay. Interesting why it's that tight in the back there. Oh.
Oh yeah, he just got turned around. He should be okay to keep going, but that's unnecessary.
Yeah. To be fair for both these guys, they could have gave each other miles more.
Yeah.
Don't know. Capuano probably didn't want to get in the back end of kind of Jones there, but could have let off.
I definitely misjudged when to remerge into that middle lane. Did not look intentional, just looked like a misjudge.
No. Yeah. It's very.
So now, what we're looking at here is we have an early yellow where these drivers might save fuel. If we get another quick one, could they potentially save enough where they don't have to pit?
I would say I heard about two to three cautions if you're in the middle of the pack. If you're Seth Rawls leading it, it might be a little bit more difficult. But it's definitely within I think a puncher's chance if these guys can stretch it, if we at least get one more. Oh, I heard Ty McIntosh now is locked in, official. That was a word from Vic to the drivers over the radio. Speaking of under caution here and drivers, how about we give that shout out to old Weekend Woodsman now that we're under caution?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, massive shout out to the season-long premier sponsor, Weekend Woodsman, for sponsoring the OSCA Xfinity Series, or the Premier Series. I don't actually know what the proper term is. Thank you so much. Here's a clip that they've sent to us.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
Alright, guys, I'm tired. Alright, we're back.
All right, and right now we have our current leader at pole sitter for this half waiting to talk to us. He asked me to pull him up, so let's hear what Seth Rawls has to say. Seth, you said that you wanted to talk to us. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hi.
Hey, I don't know if you have much to say, Seth, but I have a bone to pick with you. You come up with some of the most beautiful paint schemes in about any league you paint for, what's up with the all blue car here tonight?
Yeah,
Wow.
so I
I
missed.
called you impotent. I mean, incompetent.
So like, you know how my normal car has like a blue kind of gradient to it?
Hmm.
I wanted to
Yeah.
like play with like the gradients and then also have this blue. It looked good on Photoshop, and indeed does not transfer well to the car. So lessons learned. But yeah, thank you for the comment though. If you guys want a paint scheme better than this one, SethRollsDesign.com, or reach out on Twitter, SethRollsDesign.
Very bold to advertise your design company while showcasing the worst car I think
I
you've ever
know.
painted.
Hey,
But you know what?
have some
He's
misses
not-
here and there.
and he's not afraid to take chances.
Like,
That's
Carlos,
Also
Carlos,
doing it
let's-
in,
Carlos,
in,
let's show
in one of
some
my
the other
broadcasts, I
SR
should say. I'm going to go ahead and send you an invoice.
Yeah, thanks.
Carlos,
Oh,
let's show some of the other SR design paint schemes on the track right now. That are,
All right, give me a number, Seth.
52.
52 is one of my favorites, yeah.
Where is he? Oh, Sampere Road. Jake Scarborough.
on Pit Road. A lot of these guys might
Yeah, they're
try
topping
to
off.
stretch it out here. Topping off. What's Seth? You're out there as this one-off race. You're obviously going to be aggressive. What's the fuel situation like for that 25 car right now?
Yeah, just looking to help my teammates, obviously. I was trying to help there at the end. I mean, it's Talladega, you can only do so much. But yeah, right here for fun. Just having a good time back in OSCA, leading some laps. But yeah, other than that, just having a good time, trying to help. And Gilberto can't get in, but hopefully one of these shift guys get a win. But yeah.
If you're gonna help someone out, I gotta say, Carlos, you gotta show my favorite Seth Rollins design. It's that 99, the sexiest car
yes.
I've ever seen.
I know. Oh, should we announce Goody?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
So Shift Esports is happy to announce that Miss Goodies is back on the 99 car for Gilberto Javier. Next season, 2024, be in OSCA. And with that great news, I'll go back to my little team call. You guys keep on doing your great job. I just want to say hi. Miss you guys all.
Hi. Yeah, miss you too, old Rocket Man.
Yeah, we'll see if we can keep the car on the ground. We almost had a blowover in the first half, but we're good.
You can maybe do what Gore did half number one and have the tires off the ground and win the race.
All right, guys, we gotta go.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys.
Think about it. See
All
ya.
right. See you, Seth. That's Seth Rawls defending his honor, I guess, for some reason. But here we.
I will defend. I will defend him too, because I thought I saw a couple different tones of blue in there. I think I see what he was trying to do. Well, let's see what he tries to do when we go back to green here on lap number 5. Seth Rawls on the inside, leading the race. Adam Tepe on top. Not a good start for that outside line, as Stanley and Rawls will get a great jump here going into one. They just about pick what lane they want to go, and they're going to stay right glued to the bottom as that inside lane charges up to the front.
The inside got a much better start in general than the outside. You're going to have almost 3 cars completely clear at the moment as we exit turn 2.
I was trying to see if there's anyone impatient behind them. No 3 wide action yet. Good to see. We're not quite as aggressive as maybe we thought the second half would be, but we are still very early. And as I say that, the old Gore and Brown tandem on top, trying to see what they can do with just 2 cars. But I'm sure it won't be long if they even. Yep, never mind. There's Ty McIntosh. They'll see how well that worked, and then we'll see more cars file into that 3rd lane. And
I was just curious.
They're taking the long way around the track.
I was curious. The name of that team is Redux Racing. It looks like I didn't even.
Redux. I kept wanting to look, but then I kept clicking on the broadcasters link and got distracted by that. But not distracted. How about Adam Tepe trying to make a charge after that bad restart on the outside lane? As him and Jess Story going to push their cars to the front, at least close to it. They're at least side by side going into 3. Seth Rawls still leading that charge in that all blue machine.
Now, I wonder if Tepe finds a way to win this half, what is he going to do? Is he going to make that a 3-scheme car? Or is he going to have like one paint scheme right down the middle?
Yeah, how do you make that work?
Didn't Johnson do it? Like for a throwback a couple years ago?
Oh yeah, he did the Earnhardt Petty 7-time champion scheme. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Do something like that. See? This is why we have Carlos. He actually uses his brain. I didn't even think of that. Now that third lane though gets, that's what I'm saying. But Jess Story now in the outside lane with that push from Vincent Isabella, we know he's not shy of getting the temperatures on his car hot. And speaking of, I don't know what the situation. I was talking to Dustin Dewar before the race, who also likes to be a pusher just like Vincent is. He says the temps, it doesn't take as long as he's normally used to getting hot, which I think usually is about a lap. So I don't know if now we're talking about a lap and a half or 2-lap situation, but it's something that these drivers have to be mindful about too when they're making these pushes. You have to keep your eyes locked in on that bumper, make sure you hit them square, and also got to keep your eye on that oil temp so it doesn't blow up on you.
So I have info on this.
Thank you.
From Tuesday's practice. You were right. It is a lap and a half before the car decides that the engine doesn't want to exist anymore. There you go.
That's to the limit of blowing up, not just getting warm. Okay.
You can go a little bit further than you can just go under.
Yeah. And then, and I don't know if this is true, if this is an old wives' tale, but I've heard a lot of drivers talking about. But once you get if you kind of test that lap and a half and you back off right before it blows up, I think you lose a little bit of power. Is that correct, Nathaniel? Do you know anything about that?
I'm not so sure. I mean, once you get hot, like, it can affect you, but once you get cooled down, I think you usually get that RPM right back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or maybe people said it blows up faster after that. I'm not sure what the whole, I guess, tail is on that one. But how about this? That middle line, though, that tail's getting formed up and going. Seth Rawls right on the back bumper of the 96, and 96 had him cleared for a little bit going into 3, but that inside line with Stanley and Rawls able to keep up side by side with Tepe. That outside lane just usually that's one weird thing, Nathaniel. Usually that outside line can get pretty good runs with fewer cars, but right now it just kind of seems a little bit stagnant.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's a combination of some side drafting going on by the 25 Seth Rawls, or strong pushers on the inside and weak pushers on the outside, but it is kind of a bit strange for us here because you're usually expecting to see Adam Tepe totally clear and then just drop down, or even Jess Story all the way up on that third line, just clear and drop down. But that's not happening. That's kind of why we're seeing this 3-wide racing continue and persist, because the lanes aren't getting broken up as often as they usually do.
Yeah, it's almost like a slow, this kind of, not the 3-wide racing you see, but the slow runs these lines do get. Reminds me of a late 90s kind of Talladega-esque plate package with like maybe a combo of, I can't remember, was that around the tandem when they used to run like 3-wide, throw a blanket over them?
I wasn't alive in the late 90s, so I don't know.
Well, there's that.
You're hating yourself a little bit here.
Yeah, I might be. And it looks like there was someone in the middle of the pack. I believe it was James Miller that might be having a little bit of connection issues. Oh, here comes Vincent Isabella. As Jess Story did get that outside line clear, he worked all the way to the bottom, and that made a move opportunity for Isabella to move in that middle lane. How about Ty McIntosh, the Sith Lord, working his magic up on that top lane as they're 3-wide battling for the lead?
Yeah, so right as we were talking about how the outside line wasn't getting runs, they decided to prove us wrong.
It usually, right as we talk about, they're like, no, we're going now. Prove them wrong. And with those two teammates, Gore and Brown on that top side, usually where they go, it seems like whatever line they're in usually works pretty darn well.
Yeah, I mean, being able to talk directly with the person that you're pushing or being pushed by helps a lot, because you can work together a bit to keep the engine cool, and also make sure that you can communicate saying, hey, you hit me a bit too hard right here, maybe try and not do that, or you can give me more instead of having to guess and wonder if you're doing enough or doing too much.
I'm gonna say if you come to a race with identically painted paint schemes, that these guys have done this for hours, drafting each other, so they know every ins and outs of what kind of pushes they like and how to get to the front. They seem to have that figured out right now. But also, how about our boy Seth Rawls getting back to lead? Ooh!
He tried to make a block there, but it was a bit too late. He was wise to move up, otherwise he would have been making his name of Rocket Man a bit more relevant.
Yep, that could have been bad news bears here as Adam Tepe tries to push that middle lane back up towards the front. But Jess Story, what I like about Jess here too, he's able to get to the lead, he's able to push guys to the lead. He's definitely getting a lot of stuff done. Also with that 8-car Vincent Isabella right ahead of him. They've been making work happen all night long.
Yeah, now it's kind of just like hold station for them right now. They have 20 laps to go. I'm not sure if either of them were one of those late hitters on that last pit cycle, that last caution that is, sorry.
No, they have not gone down pit road.
They have enough. Pardon?
They have not gone down pit road. Your top 13 have not gone down pit road.
Interesting, because I just wonder about those drivers that did. Like, can they make it? Because that would have been on lap 5, I'm pretty sure, is when they pit.
And that's pretty close. And I'm wondering if some of these guys that are outside your top 13 right now, if their plan is right now to kind of stay in the draft, save as much fuel to kind of help ensure that they can make it without having to come down pit road. And these guys in the top 13, they kind of made their bed. If they can make it or not, they're just kind of running it out and seeing what happens.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Once we get down to about 10 laps to go, that's when you might start seeing who actually can make it.
Yeah, who cannot. I think we're just about to, I believe it was right around 11 laps to go when we had the caution come out in half number 1. And that had to be pretty darn close to when we were going to see some green flag pit stops. So we'll see what happens here in half number 2. 16 laps to go yet. Vincent Isabella still on point, trying to get that Traders Brewing Company a win here in their title-sponsored race here tonight. Go check them out if you're going to the Indy 500. Check those boys out here. It's a good time. I was actually just in Indy last weekend. I should have stopped in there quick. Gosh darn it, missed an opportunity. Next time I'm in town, I'm definitely gonna check them out.
The only NASCAR or IndyCar racetrack I've ever been to is Daytona. I wish I'd gone to Indianapolis. I'd love to watch the 500 there.
Better than the only one you've been to being WWT Raceway, okay?
Oh, is that the only one you've been to, Vic?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yikes. I might be going to Phoenix for the championship race this year, but we'll see.
I will say, been to one Indy 500, I believe it was back in 2015, is when Juan Pablo won it, with, I believe it was Penske.
Yeah, that was mid-2010s, yeah.
Yeah, and, that was super awesome. Went to
that was the 100th, wasn't it?
400. It was just before, that was like 98th or 99th.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And, oh, sorry. Then
no, go ahead.
I went to a couple of the Brickyard 400s, and that was actually pretty boring. Besides the one Casey Kane won.
Oh, with all the crazy wrecking right at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty well. I was pulling for Timmy Hill. I think he had a top 10 that night because it was almost cut short due to darkness. And speaking of darkness, he's running the lights now though.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks he's gone off of being full Sith, and it's kind of disappointing, but. It's working for him right now. He's leading that outside line.
He's still checking the drip out, pulling that collar, popping it up, doing a lot of talking, working with. I wonder if that's kind of communicating with the 69 and 65 right now, and trying to get that top line to work, trying to make a push towards the lead. Here's
well,
old
the
me
69 and 65 are not in Discord with them, so I'm not sure who he's talking to.
Push unless they're in a iRacing chat and just push.
That could be it.
Yeah.
And here's Zach Evans, kind of on the inside, nowhere to go, just kind of riding with that bottom lane. Ooh.
Whoever Ty was talking to, by the way, it's worked out. He's now pushed to the lead. He's in that inside line now.
Oh yeah, and he did abandon the 69 and 65. Oh, boy, Vincent Isabella shooting up to the middle, trying to take back that lead that was just taken from him. And that's about the second time we've seen that from Vincent Isabella. He's not planning to run second here tonight. He wants that nose in clean air.
I mean, if you're up front, you're less likely to be involved in a wreck.
As long as you don't make the wrong move, as we've seen like Richard Garcia make late in half number 2. It's probably the only real, I guess, danger when you're up front, or if someone getting alongside you get taken out. And here's our legally not a serial killer, Adam Peeler in 15.
I think one of the Redux boys was in the wall.
Oh yeah, 65.
Oh, 4 wide. Oh boy. He's gonna have to work a little bit to get back up with his teammate Daniel Gore. A couple cars ahead of him now. But some of these guys, I'm kind of surprised that haven't been making a lot of aggressive moves. Dustin Dewar back there in 16th. I was gonna look where my pick is. Where the heck is? Did the 9 car even start? No.
He's back there. He's just trying to stay out of trouble.
Oh, he is there.
He's
Oh, see, I'm trying to look. I'm looking through the standings. I didn't see him. He's back there. He's playing it safe. Okay, thank you.
I think he pit as well, so he might be on that fuel line.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Wester Green, you scared me. Sorry, man.
We have Seth Rawls in the wall. We're 4 wide again here.
Ooh. He scrapes the wall. That was similar to what we've seen Ty McIntosh do in half number 1. He's going to fall all the way outside the top 20. He's almost going to be back there with the likes of David Westergreen in that second pack. There you see Neil Rutt get by on the inside. Ty McIntosh, Vincent Isabella still have a score to settle for that lead. There you see that 65 of Noah Brown trying to get back on the back bumper, that 69.
Replay of the incident with Seth Rawls. Just a heavy bump, and he couldn't control it.
Good job for keeping up on the wall and not losing too much momentum. I think he's definitely going to stay in the draft. Did the damage clear up on him? Looks like he had a little bit of rear damage, but might have went away by iRacing magic. And there you go, 69 and 65. Back linked together. Adam Tepe, kind of the monkey in the middle.
6 is pulling off.
Let's get the help. He's seen all he wanted to see here. 10 to go. Kind of interesting time to do that.
I wonder if he needs to pit soon. He just doesn't want to be involved in that nonsense up there.
That could be true. Isabella, some of these guys got to wonder if they need to come down pit road as well. Get down to 9 laps to go here in half number 2. You have Daniel Gore now taking the lead, getting a push from Noah Brown, his teammate. So he's come all the way back from his 22nd starting position to the lead.
Field does have to get by a lap car here. See how they handle that.
Oh, not picking a lane quite yet. Oh, he's going to stay towards the bottom. Noah Brown kind of using him, or Daniel Gore, I should say, using him as a pick just a little bit. Those guys, obviously now they clear down low. It looked like they were going to stay kind of up on the lane that brung them to the front. And Ty McIntosh trying to power his way to the outside and try to get back up front as well.
And McIntosh has his teammate Jake Scarborough behind him for help as well.
Scarborough, Tepe, and Dewar on that top side. I think just behind him, well, that's Caden Tufts. For some reason, I thought it was Jake Scarborough. It almost looks like Jake Scarborough's car. I'm like, wait, how's Scarborough following Scarborough there? They're kind of inverse paint schemes there.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. From an old man's vision from this far away, it definitely looks like that.
Man, how's your old man's vision doing with the 69 and the 65?
Yeah, that I basically just gotta look at the scoring pylon and see who's who, make sure I'm making the right name call there. As at least right now we know Daniel Gore up front, Noah Brown in second. I wonder if this is, if these two guys are up front, is this a Cal Norton, or whatever his name was, and Ricky Bobby situation? Is Gore the Ricky Bobby, or will he let Noah Brown kind of slingshot to the lead one of these times?
Slingshot engage. We'll find out soon, but we're going to find out even sooner is Are these guys actually good to make it to the end?
Oh, most definitely not.
Yeah, they're probably just hoping for a caution and not be the caution at this point. But some of these guys, I gotta wonder. Dustin Dewar, I believe he came down pit road.
I'm wondering about those guys. Are they good to make it?
Yeah, they gotta be close. I know, like a guy like Dewar, a lot of these guys lagged in the back, maybe saving enough fuel to make a charge up to the front here. As now they're coming out of 4. Once they get through the trial into the line, it'll be 6 laps to go here, and you almost got a feeling the way it's relatively calm here. You know, getting down to it, that fuel mileage is definitely a factor in this race here.
Yeah.
Calm like a bomb here.
The fact that it's not 3 wide should be enough to tell you, especially since they've been 3 wide pretty much the whole race up until this point.
Yeah. It looks like no one's really making any. Someone's gonna come down pit road. I didn't hear who made the call.
It was Jess Story.
Jess Story having to come down pit road. So this is gonna be, I think, a marathon of who saved enough. Can anyone? 29 is gonna have to come down pit road here as well. Coming down to 5 to go. It should just be a splash to go.
Well.
Oh wow.
The 77 as well. 54. 13.
Good chunk of them.
Most of the field, how about?
Ty McIntosh staying out.
Oh!
Caden Tufts goes around into James Miller. There's a big calamity on pit road. Someone lost a bumper there. Was that Miller?
I believe.
Wow.
Oh,
no
Gilberto! Oh boy.
Oh, Peeler. Oh boy, there was too many cars on pit road here on green flag pit stops. How
Noah Brown.
Austin Pierce?
Oh, no, he's good. I thought he missed his stall. No, Noah Brown, I think he just overdrove it. He just missed his stall.
Oh, no. I hope that, do they have similar pit signs there?
What I'm wondering about is 25 Sephiroths went through every single pit stall to avoid all that wrecking. We'll be interested to see what race control has to say about that, because usually that's a no-no. But I wonder if this is going to be.
Oh no, it's going to be allowed this one.
Okay, it's going to be allowed this time.
He couldn't. He was, is avoiding the wreck.
Gotcha.
M4. All right, Ty McIntosh as well has come in this time here.
Come into the 3 do-good cars leading the field here. They did, I believe, come down pit road under a caution. Do they have enough fuel here to get to the finish? And I believe most of these guys that came down pit road, Carlos, if you can confirm nor deny that, have
Yeah, just fuel only.
Fuel only, but they did not pit under the caution, right?
Yeah, so far, yeah. The only driver who has yet to pit at all is Alex Kenton in the 14.
Well, back in the 8th position, but he was lagging back trying to save fuel here, so that definitely could see if he can stretch it out.
He's diving in now.
I think these guys at least are going to attempt to try to make it still single file with all these guys that are maybe iffy on fuel, but you know, Austin Beers, he's got the points, and he has 2 teammates that have not won behind him. What would you do in that scenario? Would you try to make a move last second to get that win, to get into victory lane? Or do you just kind of stand
back?
No,
I'm going for the win here. 100%. If I haven't won a race yet at this point in the season, I'm definitely going to take any opportunity I have, especially with Dustin Dewar, with how painstakingly close he came a couple weeks ago. I would definitely want to try and make a move to get that win.
Oh yeah, I know he's looking for redemption. He did get it in another league, but he would like nothing more to go back here to the scene of the crime of the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series to pick up that first win of the season. You got Jake Scarborough, then you have the Shift East, 2 Shift East sports cars, another do-good car, and those Team Mixture Rich back in 7th and 8th. So a lot of teammates, the kind of the only 2 guys maybe linking up together that aren't teammates are the 9 of David Westergreen for South Shore and Robert Hill Jr. for 21 Savage Autosports.
Westergreen just made a power move to the outside all by himself. I wonder if that means that there's some of these guys that are like really saving.
Yeah, it looks like that way.
Oh, Carpenter trying to make a move on his teammates. Goes the outside. That leaves Gable kind of all by himself, but Westergreen trying to power to the outside.
It's go time now. People aren't half throttle anymore. They're fully down now.
they're going for it, and see if that let's see the battle for the guys who did come down pit road. Austin Beers through all that, able to hang on to the lead. One more lap to go here at Talladega. Who's going to win the Traders Brewing Company 160? We're about to find out.
Yeah, so down the back straightaway last time, Dewar was only at 178 miles an hour. Now, when they crossed the line, they're 187, so they were saving big time.
Oh, Beers makes a block. That's going to open things up for Dewar on the inside. Carpenter left all alone. And now that middle lane has all the help. Scarborough trying to push Dewar down the backstretch side by side with Austin Beers. I think if they get another car, Robert Hill goes to the inside, tries to push, see if he can make a couple passes, maybe contend for the win here. Coming out of turn 4, it's a battle between Do Good and Shift Esports. It looks like Gable makes a move. Beers makes a block. They're wrecking down the backstretch. And it's going to be a drag race. It's Austin Beers, our points leader.
It's going to be Beers. Beers gets it.
Beers, Gavel second. I think Carpenter will cross the line in third. How about Westergreen fourth? Neil Rutt fifth. Dustin Dewar, who was sideways in the wall, in sixth. Jake Scarborough seventh. I think we're still settling eighth and ninth. A lot of these positions. Wow. I think some black flags are settled here. And here's the race for the back half, the top 10.
Oh, and they wreck after the line.
Daniel Gore rounds out your top 10. Matt Hackathorn 9th. Robert Hill Jr. did score that A spot, but wow. That was a wild finish between, kind of a cat and mouse.
Someone's out of gas.
Saving, see if they get. Oh, I think Beers, Westergreen giving him a push.
Or getting pushed with just enough gas to do a celebratory burnout. We'll see.
Ooh. Hopefully we can see him burn it down.
Capuano is asking for help across the line.
At first I thought it was Beers, but yeah, I'm like, that sounds like Tom. Tom wants to get a push, which I don't think that would be allowed here. Let's see if Beers has enough to do a victory burnout.
I don't think there's any rules against it. It's just in NASCAR it's not allowed for whatever dumb reason.
We have a rule against it.
Oh, we do have a rule against it. Okay.
Yep, we do.
I don't get the rule in real life.
Two bad finishes for Capuano. I wonder if his points situation is still safe. It should be considering the winners we had.
I was about to say, based on the math that I had after half one, I think he might be in because I think Tufts is going to be out.
Oh boy.
The two bad finishes.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not sure how points are going to look. I'm going to have to go do points. I got to go do some other stuff first, though.
So lots of discussion and some mathematics to be done to find out who makes it in.
Whew. Yeah, that's going to be a calculator's going to be burning there for Vic to see who gets in the chase-offs, who does not. But we do know, guys, you look at the final finishing order for half number 2. We do know Austin Beers definitely going to be in the chase-offs. He gets it done again here tonight. And Austin, wow, it looked like a lot of cat and mouse games going on there with the fuel saving. But when push came to shove, you're able to get that Do Good Ford in victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is my year because I have no luck ever on super speedways. I didn't finish a race at Daytona, so to win at Talladega, this is incredible. Honestly, this is probably my favorite win of the year. Yeah, it was just kind of like a fuel strategy game at the end, and I was leading out front, and I was honestly running half throttle, waiting for people to just blow by me, and then my teammates told me that they were forming a line on top. So with coming to the white, I started to throttle down, and then just had to block Gavel a little bit, throw some haymakers of some blocks, and was fortunately able to get another win.
That was a pretty awesome drag race between you and Gable going to the line there, and it looked like you had to have Westergreen push you around to get you some victory photos there at the line. When did you exactly run out after the race is concluded? It looked like it was a little bit past the line.
It was, middle of 1 and 2. I was able to coast thanks to Westergreen for giving me a good game bump there at the end, but Yeah, it was just kind of watching the fuel and saving a lot there in the middle portion of that run. And really, I was honestly hoping that it stayed the way it was, because I know it's tricky to get on pit road, especially with how many cars we have. So just hoping there wasn't a wreck. And I heard my spotter, my in-game spotter, actually said wrecking on the front stretch. So I don't know if someone kind of spun out on the apron or whatever, but just really happy that it did stay green. Go ahead, Goody.
Oh, there was a lot of carnage on pit road. I don't know if that
okay.
what triggered that. But yeah, so that was a good call. Yeah, good call to stretch it on fuel.
Yeah, just happy that I topped off, on the one to green, and it went green, and actually had some luck at a super speedway for once.
Yeah, so like you said, it's your season. You've been the dominant guy here, getting that super speedway win. Next week we kick off the chase-offs. How you feeling, bud? Feel like you can go for that chip?
Yeah, feeling really good. I racked up 4 more playoff points in that race right there, so it was kind of just padding those on as much as I could during the season, and I think I got a pretty decent advantage to second. I don't even know who it is right now, honestly, but just excited to keep this momentum into the playoffs, and hit these tracks just being patient. Obviously we go to Charlotte, and that's going to be a long race, and then Rockingham, that's going to be weird, and then we go to Summit Point, which I'll probably just try to just point my way through that race, just stay on the track. I think we'll be really good at Iowa and Atlanta to finish it out, so a couple good tracks for me in the playoffs, and hopefully we can just keep doing what we're doing.
Heck yeah, keep that momentum rolling. The short track kid gets it done at one of the biggest tracks here tonight. Nathaniel, got anything for Austin?
I think you covered every question I was going to ask. You're doing your job too good, Goody, so I think we're good. Just congrats on the win, Austin.
Thank you. Thanks.
Did something right here tonight. But before we let you go, celebrate that victory, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yes, Hacks Discord, Black Flag Podcast, Troy Race Cars, the LaJoy Seating, Do Good Motorsports, of course. That was really fun team racing with them tonight, and it was fun having those guys up there with me. Neil and our sister team, Matt Hackathorn, was in there, and Dewar, and Tom doesn't know how to save fuel, so he finished like 38th or whatever. But no, it was definitely fun to run with those guys and be the only guys out there with fuel left and not having to pit that second time. So just fun racing with those guys. Thank you to Vic for putting up with us guys, and for you guys for putting everything on. Thank you to Carlos as well. I feel like nobody thanks Carlos, and he's much deserving of it.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah,
so,
he's very deserving of it.
Very deserving. So just, another fun night here in OSCA, and we'll run 3 more races this weekend in real life, and hopefully get some more wins.
Yeah, get those checkered flags, just roll them in, rack them in. I love it. And
yes, sir.
As a team owner here tonight, I just got to put that hat on for a second. I'm just looking at the standings, and all 4 cars in the top 6. How about that, bud?
That's right. That is
Hell
right.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Hell yeah, got the job done, and hopefully you can make some noise. You already got that momentum. Go get them in the chase offs, baby.
Yeah, we'll do, of course. Only for do good, though.
That's right. That was again. Thanks, Austin, for coming on. Austin Beers, winner of half number 2 of the Traders Brewing Company 160 here at Talladega. And Nathaniel, I'll let you lead here with Daniel Gore, winner of half number 1.
Alrighty, Daniel Gore, our winner of half number 1. Daniel, you made your debut last week at Stafford. Had a strong run, but some bad luck. But this week here, you were able to find yourself in victory lane. Let's talk for your night. How was it?
First off, thank you for setting this up. Went into this race honestly not really expecting much. It's a super speedway. It's almost luck what happens. But to lock out the front row with my teammate and then control the race, at least the first race, for a good portion of it, I'm super happy to be there and taking that win.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting end to that race. It was going down as the second closest finish in OSCA history, so you can hold that high that you're on the right end of that one. When I was talking to a couple of the guys in Shift, I know you kind of been working with these past couple of weeks here, they mentioned that you might be bringing your team to OSCA next season. Is that still something that you're thinking about doing?
Absolutely. I've got a couple more guys in the wings. One who's still currently running in the Toyota series. Another one who's not able to make it on them Tuesdays, but we're still going to fill out an application for him at the end of the season for next season, and hopefully he gets accepted too. And I'd like to bring a full 4-car team next season.
I'll definitely be excited to have another competitive team in OSCA. It's nice to see the points battles between the teams. In the second half there, I saw you and Noah working together pretty much every time we looked at you. You two were bumper to bumper there. Was it just a problem of you guys did not have the option to really pit under that caution and lose track position? Or do you think that there'd be another one for you to be able to pit and get enough fuel at the end there?
We expected there to be a second caution. It obviously didn't happen. But as part of that, we just did what we could, saved some fuel, pit with everyone, and a shame for Noah. I know he got involved in a few things there. He missed his stall, not realizing that it swapped after the change. But on a whole, I think we did what we could, and another top 10 in the second half. I think we maximized what we could.
Yeah, definitely a strong showing for the team's debut in the league. Will we be seeing you two for the last 5 races of the season?
I'm actually not going to be able to make it for the next one, but I plan to run every other race. I'll be in Indy for the 500, of course, next week. But every other race except next week, I plan to be here.
Well, that's exciting. Goody, do you have anything for Daniel here?
I do have one thing. You know, unfortunate for your teammate Noah Brown not having the results of indicative of how well he ran here tonight. You guys showed up with similar paint schemes. It looks like you guys worked together a whole bunch. How much super speedway drafting practice have you and Noah had together? Because you guys were hooked up all night long.
Well, along with the regular iRacing events, every time it goes to a super speedway, we're similarly, like, you know, matched in terms of IR. Every time we're in the same lobby, we're always glued together. We pretty much know each other on these super speedways really, really well.
Yeah, and it definitely showed, and you know, as Nathaniel said too, you had the second closest finish in OSCA history, but I think you might be the first driver to finish on 2 wheels and get a victory. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the gap close originally. I didn't think I had it. I looked down at the standings and it said I got it, and all I saw was the sky coming across the line, so I had no idea where I was.
You did a nice little bunny hop. That's a good way to introduce yourself to the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series. I think you got style points here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel, before we let you go here, do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to, he was my spotter for this race, and I know he was watching. Santi, he made our schemes. We pretty much dumped this on him last night, so he did what he could to get us something that we could run that was presentable. So I want to thank him. And then secondly, I would just like to thank Noah for sticking with me that entire race and doing what we could together. It's a shame he didn't get the result he wanted, but at least as a team, we pulled off a good result.
That you did. Well, congratulations on your first ever win as a driver and an owner here in OSCA. And hopefully this is the first of many, and we'll be talking to you again very soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that was Daniel Gore, winner of half number 2. Looks like there's nobody else waiting for an interview. Well, what's the plan here, Carlos? Do we want to talk about anything in regards to the chase-offs?
It's up to you guys. I don't know if we have anything to announce.
I don't think so. I guess just pay attention to the OSCA Twitter feed in the coming days here. I think starting tomorrow around noon Eastern is when the driver vote will begin. So with that being said, I'll hand it over to you, Goody, and you can bid us a farewell.
Yeah, it was an awesome wrap up to the regular season. Some awesome wins. Cool to see some new faces and some familiar faces in victory lane here tonight. And it'll be a fun one next week for sure. I think me and Nathaniel will be back on the call next week to kick off the chase-offs at Charlotte. Same time, same place right here on 3 Wide Racing Television. But of course, for Vic, myself, Carlos, and Nathaniel, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's Traders Brewing Company 160 here at Talladega. And next week, Charlotte, let's go, baby. Until then, good night now.